Hey, shalom, shalom, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings, where I'm going to be talking about caring for your tefillin. For those who don't know, the tefillin are the little leather black boxes that are worn and strapped onto us Jews when we pray on our arm and on our forehead. They're called frontlets in the King James. They're also called phylacteries. That's the Greek version of it. And tefillin, if you don't have a set, can tend to be very expensive. The lowest I've seen tefillin is like around $130, $150. So it's something that you want to save up your money for, and it's truly an investment. The reason it costs so much is because the manufacturing, most of it is done by hand, and you have to pay for the scribal work, for the scribes actually writing the parchments out, putting them in there, and all the leather workers and everything. So there's a lot of money that goes into it. So seeing that it's so expensive, and it's an investment that you're making, you want your tefillin to last as long as possible. So make sure that you spend a little extra money and get a tefillin bag, which are sort of like the talit bags. They're kind of velvet, decorative, and have a zipper, and you can put them in. And there's also a plastic bag, a clear plastic bag that goes in and that zips. So when the tefillin are not in use, be sure that they're stored away from a place where they could get damp or they could dry out. Also, there are little plastic adapters, if you will, that go over the tefillin boxes that protect the tefillin even further, that keeps the leather from getting scratched or harmed in any way. They're like little plastic boxes with a hinge that goes over top of your tefillin boxes and latches securely. With the straps, be sure that you wrap it around several times, to where it's almost like in a leather ball. And I usually get like a rubber band or an elastic to put around to keep the strap secure as I put them in my tefillin bag. Now, if you can't afford the little plastic things to put over the boxes of your tefillin, a lot of times they'll come with a little cardboard box that slides right over. Keep those. Don't throw those away, and use those to protect your tefillin. Now, there's you have to get them inspected ever so often. The halakha is different in every sect. Some it's every year, some it's every 3 years, some it's every 7 years. But when you get your tefillin inspected, they'll take the back leather piece off of the boxes, and will inspect the parchments to make sure that the ink is not fading, to make sure that the parchment's not deteriorating or crumbling or drying out. So it's very important that those get inspected, and whenever this particular sect you're in deems it necessary to have your tefillin checked and inspected. This also costs a little bit of money as well, but it's for a good cause. It's putting food on the table for the Torah scribes. But again, try to find the lowest price, because there's a lot of people out there. If you'll allow me to use a pagan example, how tattoo artists, if you go to an apprentice, somebody that's just starting out, you can get a tattoo pretty cheap. But the more famous that these tattoo artists are, the more they're going to charge per hour to put ink on your body. Kind of similarly, scribes, the more well-known they are, the more prestige they have, the more certificates and honors they have, the more expensive it is for them to inspect your tefillin or to write out tefillin parchment. So you may want to get an apprentice. Let an apprentice do that. It'll give him the training, but yet it'll save you some money as well. Again, as far as halakha is concerned, you may want to check with your particular sect, with your Rebbe or your Rav concerning this. But some people, when they inspect their tefillin and see that the leather is fading or chipping a little bit, they will get black shoe polish, and they'll make sure that all the ingredients are kosher, there's nothing in it that's from an unclean animal, and they'll kind of touch up the color on their tefillin boxes and on their straps. So that's something, also another way to help take care of your tefillin and keep it looking great. Also, the leather that is on the back of the box, of the frontlets and on the Rosh and on the Yad tefillin. It's sort of like rawhide that dogs chew on. So if when you pray, be sure you're in a place that's well aired, that's cool, because if you tend to get hot when you pray, because look, you got a wool talit over you when you're wearing your tefillin, so sometimes you have a tendency to get hot and sweat. So be sure that you're in a good place where you're not perspiring. Don't be davening, praying out in the hot sun with your tefillin, because what will happen is your sweat will get on that rawhide type material and it will warp the leather. Now, if this has already happened, don't worry. Just take a little bit of water, soften it up, put it on a hard surface, and pile some books on top of it, and it'll eventually dry, flat again. So but make sure you don't soak it so much that it goes through the rawhide and damages the parchments within the tefillin. So those are just some things to keep in mind regarding tefillin and caring for your tefillin. Like I said, it's an investment. It's something that you really need to save your money for and shop around. I'm not going to promote any website or any particular place to get it. People ask me all the time. I'm like, hey, just Google, shop around, find the best deal, and ask a lot of questions. So that's my advice to you on taking care of your tefillin. So we'll talk to you later. Shalom and Shavua Tov Mishpocha. Bye-bye.